time has come. The brackets are here. The man has done his bracket. This video is presented by 7-Up. Crisp, clean, refreshing, 100% natural flavors, and 0 calories. So here we go. I've got 2 guests with me today. Mr. Tyler Jacobs, to your head. Mr. Cody Bromberg, exercise ball. Bromberg, you want out again? Jacobs, no. Oh, that's it, Bromberg. I'm not dealing with your crap today. Out. Bromberg is just, sometimes you just can't act very well on his videos. Anyway, let's get right to it. First 4. First game, Mississippi Valley State. Automatic bid out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, or the SWAC, against Western Kentucky. Automatic bid out of the Sun Belt. Who cares? Well, I shouldn't say who cares about this game. I should say I'm glad you're in the tournament, but Western Kentucky advances. BYU against Iona, both at large bids. I picked BYU in this game. Let's see what they pick. Cody didn't pick. T. Jakes picked Western Kentucky. Gearhead picked him. And this one, Iona, Cody never picked. Okay, Lamar in Vermont. Lamar automatic bid out of the Southland Conference, and Vermont an automatic bid out of the America East. I think Vermont wins this game just because they have the cooler team name, the Catamounts. And Tyler went with Vermont. Once again, Cody didn't pick. Cal against South Florida. Both at large bids. I picked South Florida, and Tyler picked Cal. So, now, we get to the fun part of this bracket. Let's start in the South. Go right to it. And I've got 3 other brackets here that I gotta go through, but let's first start with the first game, which is Kentucky, the number 1 overall seed, against the winner of Mississippi Valley State and Western Kentucky. I think we all picked Kentucky in this game. Tyler says, and I quote, "too damn good." Yes, we all picked Kentucky. And now a toss-up game. The next one between Iowa State, the Cyclones, with Corey Lucius. I know, Tyler, you like that, don't you? Oh, yes, I do. Against UConn. Last year, UConn won 11 straight games to win the national title, 5 from the Big East, and then 6 from this tournament. I went with UConn. Cody went with UConn. Tyler went with Iowa State. My mother went with UConn. That's the only good pick she made, probably. And my dad went with UConn. Next game we got, well, this is a shocking game, because we're featuring the Wichita State Shockers out of the Missouri Valley Conference. And another shock, Shaka Smart VCU. The automatic bid out of the CAA, Colonial Athletic League. There we go. Yeah. Cody picked VCU. Tyler with a shocking pick. Yeah, I know, shocking, isn't it? Picked Wichita State. I went with VCU. Mom went with VCU, and my dad went with Wichita State. You know what? I'm just gonna put all these brackets in front of me. Got a lot more brackets this year than I did last. This is good for my show. Anyway, the next game, Indiana against New Mexico State, the automatic bid out of the WAC. And I think we all went Indiana with this one, which I would agree. UNLV against Colorado. The Running Rebels against Colorado, the automatic out of the Pac-12, or I call it the Pac whatever, because you never know how many teams are going to be in that conference. I think we all went with, well, we got UNLV with Tyler, Cody, and myself, and Mom and Dad went with Colorado. That's a screwed up pick, in my opinion. Baylor, once undefeated, one of the last 3 teams undefeated, against South Dakota State. Ladies and gentlemen, we are closer to pigs flying now that Jackrabbits have made the tournament. The Jackrabbits automatic out of the Summit League. And I think we all went with Baylor on this one. Yes, we did. And we have Notre Dame against Xavier. Xavier, an at-large out of the Atlantic 10. I went with Notre Dame in this one. This is a toss-up game. Myself, my dad, and Tyler went with Notre Dame. Cody and Mom went with Xavier. Although I could easily change my pick to Xavier for this one. Brad Redford, if you're watching, this show is only filmed 30 minutes from where you went to school, buddy. Frankenmove. Anyway, Duke against Lehigh, the automatic out of the Patriot League. And I think we all went with Duke on this one. So, for my bracket in the South, Kentucky UConn, VCU Indy, UNLV Baylor, Notre Dame, and Duke. And my Cody is the same except for Xavier. My mom's has Colorado and Xavier as a difference. My dad has Colorado and Wichita State as a difference. And Tyler has Wichita State, Iowa State as a difference. I'll just have all the brackets shown for you at the end of the show. Anyway, moving on to the West bracket. Number 1 seed, and oh man, this was, dare I say this? Oh yeah, you better say this, Tom. Just for you, Tyler, I will. Michigan State, I know. Not good. But, in all fairness, I think the committee probably got this right. Michigan State automatic out of the Big Ten against Long Island U. The automatic out of the Northeastern Conference. Dare I say this, but Michigan State wins, and we all agree with that. Memphis automatic out of the Conference USA against the St. Louis Billikens. In my mind, their logo looks more like fairies than Billikens. I have Memphis, so does Cody, so does my dad. Mom and Tyler have St. Louis. Billikens. I repeat, Billikens. Anyway, New Mexico, the automatic out of the Mountain West against the Long Beach State 49ers. Automatic out of the Big West. My friends, here is my first upset. Casper Ware. All seniors. Long Beach State wins. And only Tyler agrees with me on that. The rest go with New Mexico. Louisville against Davidson. Louisville automatic out of the Big East. And Davidson automatic out of the SoCon, or the Southern Conference. Also includes College of Charleston, which didn't make it in here. Louisville wins, and I think we're all in agreement with that. No, Tyler picked Davidson. Tyler, Stephen Curry is not on Davidson anymore. Anyway, numbers, or the next game. Murray State, the automatic out of the Ohio Valley. And Colorado State, an at-large. Murray State wins. Cody, my dad, and Tyler agree. My mom does not. And this is why you should probably be laughing right now at her bracket. Anyway, Marquette against BYU or Iona. I think we all have Marquette. Nope, my mom's got BYU. Once again, start laughing. Anyway, Florida and Virginia. Billy Donovan, always a dominant head coach, against the Bromberg. You want to be back on the show now? After the West bracket. Against Virginia, the Cavs. Florida wins this, and I think we are all in agreement. Nope, Tyler picks Virginia. Mizzou, automatic out of the Big 12 against Norfolk State, and automatic out of the MEAC. Remember a few years ago, Coppin State, the first team ever with 20 losses, made it automatically from the MEAC. Mizzou wins this pretty handily, and we're all in agreement with that. And I'm not going to even go through all these brackets because everybody's got different stuff right now. I'm just going to bring Bromberg back to the show. T-Jakes, you stay right there. You be comfy. Bromberg, welcome back. Now behave. That goes with you too. Behave. Stay in school. Get good grades, unlike Tyler. Next time you do something with this, I'm going to hit you with that. Alright? Anyway. To the East bracket. Syracuse. Boeheim. They're not fine anymore. Against UNC Asheville, automatic out of the Big South. All unanimous agreement. Syracuse wins this handily. And then Tyler has a comment here saying, mega overrated! They've only beaten only 2 of the ranked top 25 teams, you know. Exactly. I actually like that comment from Tyler. And Kansas State against Southern Miss. No, there will not be chairs thrown in this game. I think we're unanimous except for my mom. Kansas State. Mom picks Southern Miss. Gotta take a drink here. All this talking, you need a drink. Anyway, Vandy. Automatic out of the SEC. Who knew? No, those cookies are not delicious. Anyway, who knew cookies? So as much vitamin A as a bowl of oatmeal and as much calcium as a glass of milk. Do you really believe in this stuff? No. Anyway, Vandy, automatic SEC. Harvard, automatic Ivy League. No conference tournament in that. Should be changed. Anyway, shout out to John Paul Morosi, writer at Fox Sports Detroit. He graduated from Harvard University. Very interesting. Yes, interesting that Harvard made this tournament. I am happy for them. Give them a round of applause. Tyler, you can have the last clap. Yay! Anyway, we are 3-2 on this one. I picked Harvard to upset Vandy, which, when it comes down to the tournament, no offense, but Vandy, you suck when it comes down to the tournament. Now, I hope they advance, but I'm picking Harvard because they always get upset. Mom and Tyler pick Vanderbilt. Wisconsin and Montana. Automatic out of the Big Sky. Wisconsin wins this, and I think we are all in agreement. Yes. Cincy against Texas. Cincy with the surprising double bye in the Big East tournament. Because of that, Cincinnati wins that. And Tyler's got a comment here saying, Texas shouldn't be in the tournament. Oregon should have been in this tournament. Agreed? Oh, yeah. Anyway, Florida State, I believe they're the automatic out of the ACC, and the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Bonnie Hunt, you probably are very happy I said your name on the air. Bonnies, automatic out of the Atlantic 10. Florida State wins handily. We are all in agreement. Gonzaga. Former College of Adam Morrison against West Virginia. Bob Huggins, always a good coach, but this time we are 3-2. My dad, Tyler, and myself pick Cincy. Cody and Mom pick Gonzaga. Ohio State against Loyola, Maryland. The automatic out of the NAAC. Ohio State wins that, and we are all in agreement. The Midwest bracket. We're shifting gears just like that. UNC against the winner of Lamar and Vermont. Pretty simple. All in agreement. North Carolina wins. Creighton, the automatic out of the Missouri Valley, against Bama. I did not do this in the national championship. You saw my 4-second video. Yawks Tigers. But Alabama wins that, and we are... Well, Cody, my mom, and I agree. Dad and Tyler pick Creighton. We go Temple and the winner of Cal in South Florida. This time it matters. I picked South Florida to win this game. And if Cal wins this game, I will change my pick to Temple. And everybody else has picked Temple. Michigan against Ohio. Actual Ohio Bobcats. Automatic out of the MAC. Blue wins this game, and everybody is in agreement with that. San Diego State against NC State. NC State won the last 4 in this tournament. San Diego State wins, and Tyler is the only one that disagrees. NC State wins that. Georgetown against Belmont. I think we're all in agreement on this one. Belmont, the automatic out of the Atlantic Sun. We all are in agreement that Georgetown wins this one. St. Mary's Gales against Purdue. St. Mary's, the automatic out of the West Coast Conference, and we are... Well, I picked Purdue, Mom picked Purdue, Dad picked Purdue. The other two hooligans here picked St. Mary's. Yes, I said hooligans, Bromberg. That's enough out of you. Anyway. Kansas against the U of D. The University of Detroit Titans. Automatic. Out of the Horizon League. Beat Valpo to do this. Bryce Drew is not happy, although he hit that 3 to beat Iowa State. I hope I got that right. Anyway, we're all in agreement except for Bromberg. Detroit wins that one. Now here's where it all gets confusing because everybody picked different teams in that. So, I'm just going to go with my bracket here and do all this stuff. So, 32, go in the South. Kentucky against UConn. Kentucky wins that, although they're a revolving door of freshmen, literally. Cody and Tyler are in agreement. Once again, he says too damn good. Tyler's too damn good. Tyler said that, not me. And Bromberg and Tyler are in agreement. They picked UConn to beat Kentucky. So it could happen. VCU against Indy. My blood brother, Tom Crean. Shout out to him if you're watching. I picked Indy to beat Shaka Smart. Everybody else is in agreement. My dad's got Wichita State beating Indy, and so does Tyler. And he says, well, they're streaky. When they're bad, they're horrible. I would agree with that. I have UNLV and Baylor. Next, I have the running Rebels running and upsetting the Bears of Baylor. Cody's got Baylor beating VCU. My dad's got Baylor beating Colorado. Tyler's got the same thing, and he says, they're fast as hell. And my mom's got Colorado beating Baylor. You can start laughing now. That's funny. Or at least it was intended to be. Notre Dame against Duke. I have Duke winning. We're unanimous on this, except just Duke beating Xavier. And now to the West, MSU and Memphis. I have them. We are unanimous on this one. Michigan State beating Memphis, although it could happen. Mom's got MSU beating the Billikens. Once again, St. Louis Billikens. That's a weird name, isn't it, Tom? Oh, yes, it is. Besides, this is the weakest bracket I've ever seen. I would have to agree. Anyway, Long Beach State against Louisville. Be happy, Southern California. Casper where it gets them through. And we are split here between Louisville and New Mexico. Tyler is the only one that agrees with me. Dad's got Louisville over New Mexico, so does my mom's got the opposite. And Cody's got the same thing as my dad. Anyway, Murray against MQ or Marquette. Murray State wins that one. Isaiah Cannon lifts them through. Cody's got Marquette, so does my dad. Tyler's got Murray State. My mother, start laughing, Colorado State over BYU. Anyway, Florida and Missouri. I once had picked Florida, but I decided Mizzou ain't that weak, and so I picked Mizzou. And we are unanimous on that one. To the east we go. Q's and K-State. Syracuse unanimously wins. Just Mom, I think Southern Miss is in there. Harvard against Wisconsin. Sorry, John Paul, but Wisconsin beats them. And we got some Vandy's and some Wisconsins here. Tyler's the only one that's got Vandy left. And Cincy against Florida State. Florida State wins that one. Mom's got them over Texas. And that's it for there. Gonzaga against Ohio State. Unanimous, I believe. Ohio State wins that. To the Midwest we go. UNC and Bama. I think we're unanimous on this one. UNC. I have South Florida against Blue, and I think we're unanimous on this one too. Blue wins that one. Why did I say South Dakota State? San Diego State against Georgetown. And we have a Georgetown. We're with Cody, Mom, and Tyler. Tyler's got him beating NC State, and my dad and I both picked San Diego State. Robbie Hummel and Purdue against Kansas. And I think Mom has picked Purdue. Laugh for now. Dad's picked Kansas. Tyler's picked Kansas. And Cody is being nuts over here picking UAD. Use one of these for that. Kansas wins there. To the Sweet 16 we go. I know you've probably stopped watching and you're just waiting for the national championship game, but you gotta watch this stuff first. Okay? Okay? Remember, Billikens. Kentucky and Indiana. Once again, Kentucky's a revolving door of freshmen. Anything can happen. Kentucky wins, I think. Cody's got Indy winning. So does my mom. Dad's got UConn over Wichita State. How shocking is that? Tyler's got Kentucky. UNLV against Duke. I have UNLV upsetting Duke. Sorry, Doc Rivers, but your son ain't going that far. Austin Rivers. Cody's got Duke over Baylor. Mom's got Colorado over Duke. Ugh. This must have been her off day. Dad's got Duke, and Tyler says, I can see this game in overtime. And he picks Duke. To the West we go. Michigan State against the Long Beach State 49ers. Dare I say this, but State wins. I know this took a lot of guts to pick this bracket. A dream bracket says LIU beats State in the first round, but can't do that. Anyway, Cody picks him over Louisville, Mom over New Mexico, Dad over Louisville, and Tyler over Long Beach State. And we got Murray State against Mizzou. This is where Mizzou proves they're weak. In fact, if Mizzou would have been a 1 seed, I may have picked them to lose in the first round. Mizzou advances to, Murray State beats Mizzou, goes on to the Elite 8. And Cody's got Mizzou over MQ Marquette. My mom is just a little screwy here. He's got Mizzou over Colorado State, which, when pigs fly, that'll happen. Mizzou over Marquette for my dad. Murray, I have the same thing. And he says, you know about Murray State, they're legit contenders. They got the 3-ball. Mizzou's good, but not great. I can understand that, Tyler. The East bracket we go. Q's against Wisconsin. You mad, Bo? Because I picked Q's. And we are unanimous against that, except my mother likes Bo Ryan. And picked Wisconsin. Florida State against Ohio State. I picked the Seminoles here to beat Ohio State. Cody's picked Ohio State, so does my mom. Dad's picked Florida State. Tyler picks Florida State. Florida, and he says, great defense by Florida State. And without Sullinger Kraft, they'd be nothing. And he's got Vanderbilt beating Syracuse, sorry. Vandy's a giant killer. Anyway, North Carolina against Michigan. Sorry, Beeline. Sorry, Novak, but I've got to pick UNC. You're gonna hang in there with them. I hope you win. And we are unanimous with that. And Tyler says, just too good. Michigan just can't play against bigger teams. Once again, Tyler, State fan. Yeah. Anyway, San Diego State against Kansas. I had picked Kansas to win this one. Tyler's got Georgetown against Kansas, and he said for Kansas, when they're hot, it's the lights out. And he picked Kansas. Dad has picked Kansas, and he's picked U of M to upset UNC, and so does my mom. Cody's picked UNC. Mom has picked Purdue over Georgetown. And Cody, once again, gets one of these because he's picked U of D, Detroit, to advance to the Elite 8. When pigs fly, that'll happen. To the Elite 8. In the South, Kentucky and UNLV. Kentucky, I think, is just too good for UNLV, and Kentucky advances. Cody's got Indy over Duke. Mom's got Indy over Colorado. Dad's got Duke over UConn. And Tyler has Kentucky over Duke. And so we have one of our final four. In the West, we got MSU against Murray State. I picked Murray State because I don't like State and they won't go to the Final Four because Isaiah's just that good and they're going to race State and beat them in the race. Cody's got MSU over Mizzou. Mom's got MSU over Mizzou, so does Dad. And Tyler says about Murray State, if there were any Cinderella, it'd be them. But unfortunately, he's picked State. I know, not good. So we have two of our final four. In the East, we got Q's and Florida State. Syracuse just doesn't have it. Thad Mello can't play in the tournament. Uh-oh. Florida State wins. Cody's got Q's. Mom is just really screwy here and just picked Ohio State over Wisconsin. Dad agrees with me, and so does Tyler. Florida State can play with anyone at any time. I actually have to agree with Tyler on that one. UNC and Kansas. I say UNC wins this one, advances to the Final Four. Cody's picked UAD once again. He gets one of these. We're going to for them going to the Final Four. Are you nuts? I mean, I apologize to the city of Detroit for doing that, but there are just teams that can't make it, and unfortunately UAD I think is one of them. But I am very happy for the University of Detroit Mercy for making the tournament. Very good for you. Mom has got Purdue in the Final Four. Oh, jeez. Dad's got Kansas over Michigan. And Tyler has UNC over Kansas. I'm calling it, and Kansas goes cold. You might be right. I mean, Thomas Robinson, and we're not talking about the ex-con from Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. Tom Robinson might not do that well. But we'll see. Anyway, our Final Four, mine is Kentucky, Murray State, Florida State, and UNC. Mom's is Indiana, Michigan State, Cody's is Indiana, Michigan State, Syracuse, and UAD. Mom's is Indiana, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Purdue. Dad's is Duke, Michigan State, Florida State, and Kansas. Tyler's is Kentucky, Michigan State, Florida State, and UNC. So, we move on to the Big Easy. Kentucky against Murray State. The Racers race no longer. Kentucky wins. Sorry about that, they're just letting my dog in. Anyway, Cody's got Indiana over State. So does my mom. Mom's got State over Indiana. Dad has got State over Duke. And Tyler says, with Kentucky there's no senior leadership or experience. That leads to UK's demise. And so Michigan State wins there. Florida State against North Carolina. North Carolina finally gets a win against Florida State, gets revenge. UNC advances. Cody's got Syracuse over Detroit. Mom's got Purdue over Ohio State. Dad's got Florida State over Kansas. And Tyler says, UNC finally gets one against FSU. And UNC wins that one. And so, your national championship. Kentucky against North Carolina. I say North Carolina started this season on an aircraft carrier with a victory. Ends this season at the Superdome with a victory. 80-73. North Carolina is your national champion. Cody says 70-66. Indiana is your national champion over Syracuse. Mom didn't submit a score, but I'm going to say like 86-69 maybe. MSU wins. Dad didn't submit a score, so same score, MSU wins. And Tyler says 67-62. The real Big Ten / national champion, Michigan State. State finds a way and wins a close one in a natty. No, Tyler. Anyway, Tyler, you got something to say about all this? MSU is the easiest road to the finals. Quite a few mid-majors in that bracket. I don't like that you're a State fan, but I guess I have to agree with you there. I also think the emergence of Brandon Wood as a three-point shooter, all the weapons are there for a deep run. No, because you're State. Michigan can be white hot or ice cold. They can shoot the three ball, but their Achilles heel is rebounding, needing a big man, just like we saw against Ohio State when they lost by 22. If shots aren't hitting, their ship is sunk. Thank you, Tyler. And so, with that, our bracketology special is over. I'm going to show the brackets to you closer so that you can pause the video and take a look. But anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. And so, you can pause the video just to look at our video. Yeah, these are always tough to read. Cody's. My mother's, you can start laughing right now. And mine. It's been a long video, but we'll see you soon. Goodbye now.